Hello everyone, this is SK and today we're going to be talking about the new Dark Souls 3 patch notes that arrived just today. Now before I begin about the patch notes, as you can see in the background, this is gameplay from the arena that's going to be in the DLC of Dark Souls 3. Now I want to give huge thanks to my friend PvP Skills for providing me with these clips. Go subscribe to his channel, he uploads very amazing PvP videos and you can find his channel down in the description below. So, without further ado, let's begin with the patch notes. Now, as you can see on the screen, these are the times that the patch and the maintenance for the servers are going to be taking place for each console and Steam, of course. And you can see different time zones here, so you can see your time zone and just relate to that time zone. Now, for the actual patch notes. Now, the first and the most common thing and thing that basically everyone knew is that they're going to be including the files for the DLC Ashes of Ariandel inside of the files, because that's what Dark Souls they always do. They put the DLC files in the patch, and when you want to download the DLC or buy the DLC, you just download a very small file that unlocks the DLC for you. So everyone has to download the DLC, so this patch is going to be very big compared to the other patches. Now, the next point, Poise. The patch note reads, adjusted Poise values across the board. Poise is now more effective for heavier weapons and armor. And if you don't know what Poise is, it is a mechanic in Dark Souls that has been in all of Souls games that affects how difficult it is for a character to be staggered. So the higher Poise someone has, the more difficult it is to stagger them. Now, when Dark Souls 3 was first released, Poise was broken, and it is still broken until now, but seems like in the DLC they're going to be fixing Poise, and this is a huge thing for both PvP and PvE, and this is another addition to PvP, including the arena and the new weapons and all of that, which is a very cool thing that they've considered to fix now. Now, for the next patch notes, we're going to be taking a look at the most important things because there are a lot of these and some of them, like, I don't want to say irrelevant, but not as important as the others. And the first most important thing is fixed a bug where rolling attacks on Astora's Greatsword could not be parried. Now, this was a very big thing for the Astora's Greatsword as it made it kind of overpowered that the rolling attacks cannot be parried, and it seems like they're going to be fixing that. It was a bug, it wasn't intended from them. And that kind of makes the Astora Greatsword less special right now. Also, the next one is improve the Wrath of the Gods weapon skill animations for Walnur's Holy Sword. Now, they might have shortened the animations, that's what I'm guessing that they meant in this patch note. It's because it takes a very long time and like it's impossible to hit someone with it, so it seems like they might be shortening it and to make it more viable in PvP. Also, the weapon art for the Old King's Great Hammer will now release lava on both hits. Now, as you can see on the screen, this is how it is normally. Now, after the patch, it seems like it will release lava on both hits, not just this one. Also, they seem to have buffed Poison and Toxic, as they have increased the Poison and Toxic buildup of the Pyromancies, Poison Mist and Toxic Mist respectively. So this is going to make Poison and Toxic more viable in PvP and in PvE also. They also did some fixes to the PvE aspect, as some of the NPCs had a lot of bugs in their quest lines, such as Orbic of Vinheim would die before the player purchased all of his spells, or Patches and Greyrat just disappearing from the game after sending them to steal after defeating all the bosses, and sometimes the fog wall near Holy Knight Hodrick would not disappear after defeating him. They also did fixes for the regular attack animations for hammers, greatsword, axes, and fists, and they also fixed some bugs with the whips that the strong attacks would not deal additional damage when fully charged sometimes, and sometimes the pickaxe would consume stamina multiple times per attack when you do strong attacks. Also, they did fix some hitbox things with the Oni Slayer, the weapon skill Oni Slayer for the Onikiri and Ubudachi, the dual katana weapons. They did some fixes for that as well, where the attack would hit more, or maybe they fixed the tracking on that as well. Now, in this video I covered the most important things that are in the patch notes, so if you want to read the full patch notes you can find the link to them in the description below. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and I'm super hyped for the DLC. It's going to be releasing next week and just my body and mind cannot handle the hype for the DLC. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you have some time, make sure to check out my other videos that you can see in the annotations or just clicking in the description down below. So I'll be seeing you on my next video. Bye bye.